Second, but our national editor, Allegra Stratton, is here. The Tories, of course, have wanted to do this for a long time, but, you know, they haven't had that many schools necessarily wanting to be academies.
They've wanted to do it for a long time, but frankly, they've bottled it, trying to force them. So just take a look at the numbers for a second. We're going to bring them up here. At the moment, we have over 17,500 primary schools. Some of them are academies, but to make all of them academies, you'd have to make 82% of them by 2020, 2022 become academies. That's a pretty large number, is it not? Now, look at secondary schools. Slightly more of them are already academies, but nonetheless, to force all of them to become academies, you're making another 35% of them also do that conversion essentially in the next 5 to 6 years. Now, what are academies? You talked about it a bit earlier. They allow a head teacher to be free of local authority control and to set their curriculum and to set pay. So on this programme last night, for instance, we looked at schools that are worried about maths teaching in this country. An academy could say, right, I'm going to increase the level of pay for a maths teacher, which might attract people from, say, London to another area around the country, boost up maths teaching in that school, and so offer parents in the area greater choice and so on. So that is the virtue the Conservatives think in academisation.
It feels big and bold, but risky.
Yeah, there are risks, and that's why in the past we've reported on it, them trying to do it, and they've frankly always bottled it. OK, the first one is a lot of these schools will end up being in things called chains, their systems of support. Now, the first problem is just last week, Sir Michael Wilshaw, who is the Chief Inspector, he wrote to Education Secretary Nicky Morgan. He said he was really worried about the quality of these chains. To quote from his letter, he said that basically the replicating the problems of local authorities, some of them are just not good enough. And then the second is possibly the most important, which is right now the standards, the increase in standards are not yet proven. The Education Select Committee last year said that it isn't clear that your kids' education will necessarily be driven up if they go to an academy.
OK, Allegra, thank you very much. Robert, let's